there's a concept that I don't want to be an icon. I want to be an idea. You know, I want to represent an idea. I want to represent possibilities. I want to represent magic, right? That you're in a universe and 2 + 2 = 4. 2 + 2 only equals 4 if you accept that 2 + 2 = 4. 2 + 2 is going to be what I want it to be. You know, and there's a redemptive power that making a choice has, you know, rather than feeling like you're at effect to all the things that are happening. Make a choice, right? You just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do it. Just decide. And then from that point, the universe is going to get out your way. It's like it's water. It wants to move and go around stuff, you know. So for me, I want to represent possibilities. I want to represent the idea that you really can make what you want. One of my favorite books is The Alchemist, Paulo Coelho, and I just believe that. I believe that I can create whatever I want to create. If I can put my head on it right, study it, learn the patterns, and you know, it's hard to put into words. It's real metaphysical, esoteric nonsense. But I feel very strongly that we are who we choose to be.
First of all, that's not mumbo jumbo. It makes sense. Number one. Number two, I think sales of The Alchemist just went up.
Well,
whatever that book is, sales just went up on Amazon.com. Right about that. When that happens, I'm gonna call you and say, "Well, I know, right? Really went up."
No, it's great.
No,
it's a quick read too.
Yes. Yeah. If you can spell alchemist, that's a good Scrabble word. Alchemist.
No, but the alchemist, right? Because it's great. Like, but I consider myself an alchemist. An alchemist is basically a mystical chemist, right? And one of the great feats that alchemists used to do is they would take lead, just take a chunk of lead, and they could turn lead into gold, right? So the symbolism.
Sounds like a good hustle.
I know, right?
When I leave here, give me some lead.
Exactly. You know, but I'm so connected to symbolically being able to turn lead into gold. You know, my grandmother used to say, you know, like in your lemon, you go ahead and make lemonade. Absolutely. To me, that's alchemy. That's the same concept behind the alchemist.
I'm with you on the alchemy part. The last question I think I have time to ask, maybe the last question, is whether or not
who's gonna make you leave? It's your place.
Well, if you say I gotta leave, I gotta leave. That everybody can emulate.
You know, I have this discussion with, you know, friends of mine all the time. The only thing that I can see, you can never really look at yourself. The only thing that I see that is distinctly different about me is I'm not afraid to die on a treadmill, right? I will run.
You would not be outworked.
I will not be outworked.
Right.
Period. Yeah. You know, you might have more talent than me. You might be smarter than me. You might be sexier than me. You might be all of those things. You got it on me in 9 categories. But if we get on the treadmill together, right, there's 2 things. You're getting off first, or I'm going to die. It's really that simple, right? So let's go back to the question about what if people block me out. It's going to be 2 options. Yeah. I'm going to get back in, or I'm going to be dead. Yeah. Right? It's like, you're not going to outwork me. It's such a simple, basic concept. Is the guy who is willing to hustle the most is going to be the guy that just gets that loose ball. You know, he got 2. Oh God, he grabbed that one. That was going to be out of bounds, but he saved it back in. It's like the commodity that I see the majority of people who aren't getting the places they want or aren't achieving the things that they want in this business is strictly based on hustle. It's strictly based on being outworked. It's strictly based on missing crucial opportunities. I say all the time, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. You know?
That's why he is fast becoming a legend, and whether he likes it or not, an icon and an idea. And that is why I will make a bold prediction here. I Am Legend is going to make some money this week. Domestically and internationally. I got it right now. Will Smith, good to see you. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Very much. I Am Legend starring Will Smith. Go check it out. You don't need me to tell you that, though. That's
all right. Thank you. All right. So I wanted to kick off this morning, and I was thinking about
there was this dude looking for you. He works for the Avengers. Oh, shit.
All right. Let me take this off here. Yeah. All right. No. All right. Let me pause this. Stop.
Listen to me.
All right. Okay, that'll stop. All right. So as we go into the weekend, so I was thinking about this this morning. I was just like doing a little bit of reading and just kind of reviewing where we're at and what's happening for the push period, and really what this push is all about. And I want to say, good morning and welcome to the youngins who have joined us here. But yesterday we talked about a little bit, and we started kind of getting into like taking control of your state. And are you able to change your mood? Are you able to change your physical? And I wanted to start off this morning. This is what I was telling you guys about yesterday. If you guys can grab one of these and pass these around. This is the mood meter. This was something that I actually we received a year ago. I think a year ago exactly, when I was at Life Mastery over with Tony Robbins during SE2 Push. I went there, and as I mentioned, and for those who weren't here, we got to it was a 5-day, it was a 10-day event, but for the Life Mastery portion, it was 5 days. And when we went to register that day, we got there and they said, "Hey, your lunch is served over there." And I knew that, like, we were going to have food. Food was included in the Life Mastery. We had a very strict diet that we're going to be going over on, making sure that we were, cleansing our bodies, cleansing everything as we went through the process. So like lunch is served, and the lunch that was served was all raw vegetables. And I eat vegetables, but really I've never eaten raw vegetables, like just raw broccoli. It's just not my thing. And so I looked at this table, I'm like, that's lunch? Like, it's all raw vegetables. Like, at least cook them. Like, I like vegetables, but cook them. And we're going over there and grabbing that. And then they said, "Oh yeah, this is your last solid meal for the next 5 days." And we were like, "What?" And I had no idea. I don't know if it was for me lack of preparation. I don't know what it was, but I had no idea that this was going to go down. So people got cranky, right? People were just like, some people were nasty. I remember hearing some people, I'm like, "Oh my gosh." And it was really cool what they did. And a lot of, as we went through Life Mastery, one of the things they talked about in Life Mastery was emotional mastery, right? Like, when you can really take control of how you're feeling and really create what you want, how you want to be feeling. So they went through, so when we got there, so here's what, rewind, and I didn't share with you guys yesterday. So when we got to the event, we get there and we're checking in at the table, right? And when we're checking in, I'm like, ready for a conference, but they said, dress comfortable, because they're all day events. So I'm in jeans and a t-shirt, and like, I'm ready to go flip-flops, whatever, like, it's my comfy clothes. So checking in, and the lady goes, "By the way, we're going to be outside to start the day off." And it is hot outside. It is hot outside. So we're going to start the day off outside. So I'm not sure if you have any like workout clothes or outside clothes, but that's probably what you want to have on. I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, I didn't know. And by the way, it was like an intentional thing they didn't tell you. And this is all like part of your process of like, how do you handle things when it's not how you expected, right? And think about right now, like, if you're expecting a certain thing that doesn't go a certain way, how do you react to it? Like, it just depends on what it is. I'm not excited about that. Most human beings are not, right? When something doesn't match expectation, you're like, what the heck? So I'm checking in, and the lady tells me that. And I said, oh, okay, all right, yeah, I need to go back to my car. My car was pretty far, like most of the cars are parked pretty far. And I was like, all right, whatever, I need to go back to my car and get my clothes, I'll be back. So I hear a lady behind me, and she's like in her 50s, and she is just like pissed. She's like, I can't believe this shit. I can't believe they wouldn't tell us. Like, this company, how big are they? And we're going to get here and they're going to tell us this shit now? Like, I didn't come prepared for this. I didn't pay all that. And she's like, I mean, she is going off to her friends. And I'm sitting there just listening, right? Actually, this was before I got upset. Like, I heard it and I was like, oh, okay. And I checked in and they told me. But she's just going off. And I mean, she was just angry and cussing and like, what the F? Like, just like literally like just blood boiling. And I sat and I go, oh my God, like, and by the way, that's how most people like live their life. And I'm sitting there just like with my jaw dropped internally. I'm like, I can't believe this lady's like, get over it. Like, go put on different clothes and let's go outside. Like, we came to get the most out of this event. And right away at the event, and then came back, oh, lunch is served on the patio. And then I get outside and I'm like, the food's raw, and whatever, obviously for the health reasons and stuff. But part of the process was, how do you, right away, like, where was your mood? How do you react, just starting right off? Like, things aren't always going to go exactly how you thought or how you're going to handle them. How do you react to it? So they, in one of the sessions that night and the next day, they gave us this mood meter. And he said throughout the event, throughout the time, and we have there's like, 15 different or 25 different entries. Because he said randomly throughout the time, we're going to have you guys, rate yourself, rate your mood, rate where you're at. All right. And right now, go to entry number 1. I want everyone to go to entry number 1. And right now it's 7:22 a.m. All right. So you can put 7:22 a.m. and it's June 17th. So 7:17. You're not. You have one? All right. It's 7:22 a.m. And I want you guys to put a check mark wherever fits, whatever fits best in terms of where you're at. Just check one. Like, if you had to describe how you feel right now, is it miserable, despairing, desperate, depressed, disgusted, discouraged, downhearted, gloomy, downcast, disillusioned, upset, frustrated, lonely, worried, anxious, determined, purposeful, cheerful, encouraged, satisfied, pleased, happy, lighthearted, joyful, delighted, elated, vivacious, jubilant, triumphant, ecstatic?
And then I'm sleeping.
Where are you at?
I know.
I'm tired.
So whatever goes closest to it. So put it on there. All right. So, and this is the thing, whether I'm going through this process, whether you're tired, you're down. We had people had headaches. We're like, dude, my head's just pounding. Like, we were just frustrated. Like, whatever it was, we were all in different places, right? It was just like, just rate it. All right. Now this goes back to what we talked about yesterday, right? Where's your head? What are you focusing on? I'm so tired. I'm whatever. All right. And one of the things that I'm gonna challenge you guys, and this is a process we're gonna go through each day, and you guys can do for yourself during the day. What do you need to? So right now, who, like, if you had to rate, and maybe it doesn't match the word, but you're just like energy level. Let's say 0 is just like I'm just at a standstill. Are you on a -1, -2, -3, -5, -10? Are you at a +1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Like, where are you at? Who here is -10 or less, or lower, like -11, 12, 13, 14, -10 or less? Raise your hand. Be honest. All right, cool. Who is between -5 and a -10? Raise your hand if you're between a -5 and a -10. All right. 0 and a -5 or a -4. Raise your hand if you're between 0 and a -4. All right. If you're between 0 and a +5, raise your hand if you're between 0 and a +5. All right. If you're between 6 and 10, raise your hand if you're between 6 and 10. All right. We got 3. If you're between 11 and 15, anyone there? Yeah. All right. So and I want you guys to think about this. What do you need to do to be 3 notches higher? That's it. You don't need to be at a +15. What do you need to be to be 3 notches higher. I mentioned this yesterday, and for those who have never heard it, one of the things that Tony always talks about, and for anyone who goes to UPW, there's 3 main factors that influence your state. All right, does anyone remember from yesterday? There's 3 things. I didn't have you guys write it down. I said it in passing because that was really a lesson for today. Does anyone remember what they were? Because we used it when we got up and we went through it. We're going to do that again today. We're going to get up, get the energy flowing here. But does anyone remember what they were?
Movement.
All right. Yeah, your physiology. So literally, like where your body's at, how your body is. That being that's something that changes your state. So even from you like sitting like this, or if you just everyone sit like this, everyone sit up. All right. And if you took right now, and everyone just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in, all right, and just go. I'm going to count to 3. Take a deep breath in. 1, 2, 3. In through your nose. Hold it. Hold it. Keep holding. Exhale through your mouth. Keep going. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let it all out. Let it all. Now breathe in through your nose. Breathe. Go. In. Hold. Keep holding. And just exhale everything. Keep going, 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 keep going. Let it all out. One more time. Breathe in. Don't stop breathing until I say stop. All right, keep breathing in. Stop. Hold it. No, hold. Breathe in again. And exhale. All of it. Get it out. All right. And so I want you guys to roll your shoulders back, sit up. All right. And here's what I want everybody to do. I want everybody to literally stand up. And some of you guys have heard of this before, but it's all like the Superman pose, all right? This is something that I talk about when I do a lot of different coaching. This is good for you guys, whether you're going into a demo, you're going into an interview, going into anything. And we're going to stand up, and I want everyone just to stand like this, all right? Chest out a little bit. You're like a superhero, all right? Superhero pose. Superhero pose, that thing. Whatever your superhero is, just powerful. So I want you guys right now. So 1, so that body's up, all right? Now, I want you guys, so that's one thing, is your physiology. So literally, so whatever that is for you, so whether it's doing this, raise your hands up in the air. I want your most powerful, where you feel the most powerful right now. So putting your hands up in the air, is it putting your arms here, most powerful pose, all right? You can make noises, all right? All right. But right now, whatever your most powerful, by the way, where you feel most powerful, make that pose right now, all right? So power pose, whatever that is for you, make it, all right?
Powerful.
That's your body. Number 2, so 1 is physiology. Number 2 is your language. Got it? That's the next thing that affects your state. So sometimes maybe you're not getting up and you're like, and you're thinking like, it's your language and not necessarily just your outer, it's both. It's your inner and outer language, all right? And inner kind of goes to the 3rd, which is focus. So it's what you're focusing on, all right? What your language is, what you're talking about, all right? And then your actual physiology, we'll say like body language, all right? So where's your body language at? So when you're doing this and you're like, I'm so tired. 1, your body is not allowing you to feel powerful or feel good or feel energy. Your language sucks. You're just telling yourself like, I feel like shit.
0 confidence.
All right? And what you're focusing on is what is in a negative place versus like, what can I do? And so being intentional about saying, okay, what can I do right now to put myself in a better state? All right, so I want you guys to think about something that excites you, all right? Whether it's a trip you want to go on, maybe it's something that you already did. You went through like a cool experience that you had that fires you up, that when you talk about it. Like for me, I can think right now, like first thing that comes to mind is my trip to Greece. I'm like, oh my gosh. I can just go off. Like that's one of the coolest things I ever did. So I want you to think of like, what's one of the coolest things that you've done? One of the things that you're most proud about, or one of the things that you want to do, all right? And I want you to grab a partner that you do not know. So here you go around. So you're going to find somebody else that you're not next to. I'm going to put on music. And I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes. And I want you, by the way, I don't want you to be like, so I went to this place and I did this. I want you to like legit think about something that gets you excited. So by the way, everyone for a second, do you have that? So think about it. Something you did, an experience you had, something you're super fired up about, something you want to experience, whatever it is. You're each going to have 1 minute to just share about it. And I'm going to say switch, and then the other partner's going to share. But you're not just going to be like, so Rolly, I went to this. Just like yesterday, those who were here, I want full out, play out, like your nonverbals, your body, your arms. Just pretend you're me for a moment. All right, just be Spanish for a minute. Just arms waving, talking, like get all into it. And I want you to share this experience. So everybody go. Grab a partner. You have 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Who's partnerless? Who's partnerless?
David's partnerless.
Go, raise your hand if you don't have a partner.
All right, Dave.
Don't start yet.
I got you. All right. Wait, don't start yet.
Don't start yet.
What do we think these
Who's
things?
partnerless? Go see. Go.
But you know it. Okay.
Who else is partnerless? Anyone else? Who's partnerless? Everyone have partners?
All right.
Who's
Matthew.
Rubio? Oh, you guys are partners? All right. Andreas, everyone has partners? Yes? All right. You have 1 minute. Ready, set, go. Go. All out. Go. Arms crossed. Don't do it. Sit. Go. Go! Hi! I want to see your nonverbal. Go! Eyes open. Hell yeah! Money! All right, go! Switch, go! Next partner, go! Will, go!
You already know I love playing rugby. I started playing rugby last year, and my first game was in the tournament, and we were actually playing a good team. We were trying to we were about how disobedient. I was like freaking like from that moment on, like I'm playing rugby. It's freaking awesome. We were like, it was a kickoff, and so I'm in the bag and I get it, and then tell me they're like, just like 1 or 2 steps back, and like 1 or 2 seconds like snap back. Whenever you see gap, shoot it. All right, do that. And funny, I'm like full sprint, and this dude like this is one guy. So I already know he like does the work, and what he does is he actually just kind of stop. And I'm like, oh, dude, so I'm running, and he goes to like lower down, and I just walk on my shoulder, and literally our shoulders slide like this, and I just laid him out completely, high knee back up, kept running. I like tied him like down. So I did the rug. We got the ball, went on, and I was getting up, and the fullback stayed in the back. And so I'm walking back to the line, and I don't keep running that much. And I look over to see where I landed, and he's still in the floor. And I'm like, oh my god, what I just do? I didn't bother. And so literally on this game, like walking off the field. And after the game, I go back, and I was like, we're done with the game, we're next question. And walking back, and one of some of the guys, one guy that he's like, dude, this was getting his shoulder. I was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. That's like my favorite.
All right, yo, who, when you were sharing, had a moment you were like most proud about? Did anyone have like a most proud about moment when you're going through? All right.
Through Cutco?
No, just in general.
Well then mine is through Cutco.
Patrick, share with us. What was your...
My most proud moment was my first sale. I went in and saw that she had an ultimate set, and I just kind of wanted to leave because I thought I was
I was like, all right, no, like, this is not even working. She started off with like, oh, what about those shears? Like, I think I just need another pair. And I was like, all right, like, this is gonna be a small order. And then I just showed her like everything. She already had the Cutco kit, like pots and pans and all that. But she ended up buying like 2,400 just with like stuff. Like she just bought like tons of gifts, more pots, like a bunch of table knives and all that stuff. And I just remember leaving just like, that was like probably the coolest thing I've ever done.
Yeah.
Who has like a proudest moment of something that you've accomplished that you're proud of? Makes you feel good. Jonathan.
Probably buying my first vehicle in cash at 19.
Hell yeah. All right. And how does that, like, by the way, that was, yeah. It's a damn good feeling, you know? And guys, right now, I want you to grab your paper and stay standing. I want you to look at your paper and rate yourself where you're at right now. Right now. At 7:36, second entry. Stay standing. Stay standing. Rate your second entry. All right.
I'd like to say static.
7:36.
Entry number 2, 7:36. What you gotta do? Where's my lines? All right. All right. So just rate yourself where you are, where you're feeling right now. All right. And guys, here's who rated at least 1 point higher than before. All right. Anyone rate 2 points higher than before? Keep your hand up. 3 points higher than before. 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. All right. And by the way, it's not about like, oh, can you get yourself a little bit better than where you were? And guys, by what you like throughout the day as things are going on, as things are happening, when you're not in a good state, we talked about how quick can you change your state? This quick. Whether it's getting up and doing jumping jacks. Literally, sometimes it's just, I need to get up, get some energy. That's why we have the trampoline here. You guys get on the trampoline and do 10 jumps, go for it, all right? All right. And most of you, when you guys get on the trampoline, you always smile when you get on it. You're like, I'm jumping on the trampoline. And you're like, and it changes your state, whether you feel, by the way, for some of you, it might be because it takes you back to like being a little kid and jumping up and down. Like I see people like, I can jump on the trampoline. Like that's like a little kid thing. I'm like, no, it's an energy thing. It's fantastic. And it's just fun. By the way, not just that, but it's also great for you, But whether it's doing push-ups, it's getting up, it's going and running a sprint, it's jumping on the trampoline. Like, what do you need to do to change your state? For some of you, it's just playing a great song, all right? And just blasting in the car and just singing at the top of your lungs. What's a song that you can that you'll play? Does anyone have like a song that you like don't want people to know that you like blast, and when you hear it, like one of my friends is like tough, like football dude. He's like, dude, can't tell anyone, but like I love Miley Cyrus, and he'll blast it. And it's just so funny to watch when he like knows all the words, So whatever that is, like it just puts you in a good mood. It just puts you in a good state. Can you focus on that? Put a good song on. Read part of a book. Watch a motivational video. And that's what I sent yesterday. Like, hey, little motivation. The I Am a Champion video fires me up every time I watch it. I've seen it so many freaking times. I could watch it every day, and I'm like, let's go. So whatever it is that puts you in a better place, don't allow yourself to stay in a shitty state. Got it? That's really important. And I want to share with you guys a video here. Grab a seat. All right, I want to share with you guys this.
So his name was Ren, somebody over.
I don't care. He's not here. I don't really care. All right, where's my...
I need to get is it okay if I put my stuff in a briefcase?
I would put it in a gym bag or in a book bag or in a beach bag.
I want to look official.
You want to look like a college kid and have some fun. Let me see here.
I just always wanted a briefcase.
Well, then get one. Get one. Get one.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it. So let me put this here. All right. And some of you guys have seen this, but I want to share it, and I have some stuff to say right after as we go into our last portion. Can you make sure the volume's up?
What? Oh, it's gone.
What spot? Hey, how come you didn't tell me you were going fishing?
You're not here when I go.
Well, maybe I wouldn't want to go. You ever think of that?
You karate training.
I'm what? I'm being your goddamn slave is what I'm being, man. Now, we made a deal here.
So,
So you're supposed to teach and I'm supposed to learn, remember? For 4 days, I've been busting my ass. I haven't learned a goddamn thing.
you learned plenty.
I learned plenty. I learned how to sand your decks, maybe. I wax your car, paint your house, paint your fence. I learned plenty, Brett.
Not everything is as seen.
Oh, bullshit. I'm going home, man.
Daniel-san. Daniel-san.
What?
Come here. Show me sand the floor.
I can't move my arm, all right? What are you doing? What are you... Ow! Ow, what are you doing?
Now show me sand the floor.
How did you do that?
Shut up!
Sand the floor.
Hey, stand up. Show me sand the floor. Sand the floor. Sand the floor. Big circle. Sand the floor. Sand the floor. Yes. Now show me wax on, wax off. Hey.
Wax on, wax off.
Hat on, wax on, hey, wax on, hat, wax off, hat. Concentrate. Look at my eye. Lock a hand. Thumb inside. Wax on, hat. Wax off, hat. Wax on, hat. Wax off, hat. Wax on. Wax off. Show me penta fence. Up, down. Up, down. Up, down. Other side. Look eye. Always look eye. Show me penta house. Side, side. Knuckle wrist. Side, side. Side, side. Yes. Show me wax on, wax off. Cat! 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 Show me penta fence. Cat! Face! Back! Back! Show me side to side. Yes! That! 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 Show me sand on floor. Cat! Face! 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 Yes! Start! Wait. And look eye. Always look eye. Come back tomorrow.
I love this video. Thank you. I love this video, and I always play this when I'm coaching people because I think it's such a great reminder that sometimes you're going through things, right? You're going through experiences, whatever you're doing, and you don't realize the lessons you're learning through the process, right? And part of this journey and being on the Alliance, and those of you who committed to this process for these 2 weeks, is about it's about that journey. It's about who you become in the process. It's not about how I have to sell this amount or do whatever. It's about learning how to push through and perseverance. And there's going to be shit that goes down, and it is what it is. And you have to be able to deal with it. And many people, when shit doesn't go the way they wanted to, what happens? They just shut down. All right, they shut down. They're like, oh, it goes where it's supposed to do it, you know? And that's not the case. Every single thing you're doing is supposed to teach you something. This is one of my favorite books, and we're going to go through a lot of different things in here. But I remember reading about this years ago, He said, W. Clement Stone, the multimillionaire, is famous for being an inverse paranoid. This is someone who believes that the universe is conspiring to do him good. An inverse paranoid sees every situation as being heaven sent, either to confer some benefit or teach some valuable lesson to help make him successful. This form of inverse paranoia is the foundation of a positive mental attitude. This is most outwardly identifiable quality in high-performing, man or woman. And guys, this is something that everybody can, again, you have to be intentional to do it for yourself, because naturally we're not, as human beings, something goes wrong and you're like, what's the lesson in this, right? You're like, F this, like you're just like this, or whatever it is. But in your journey of life, there's certain lessons that you need to learn. There's certain things that certain ways you need to grow. And sometimes you don't understand why it's that way, but you need it. And so that day where you had 7 demos, and again, Cutco and the job is just, it's the vehicle teaching me this stuff. I'm not here 13 years later because I just love selling knives so much. That's weird. Okay, well, the knives are awesome. What I love is the process and what you guys learn, and you learn real life. You learn that you get knocked down sometimes. You need to get that freak up and keep going, all right? Because like that's life. Like shit's not always gonna go the way you wanted it to, and that's okay, all right? But it's what you needed. Sometimes it's not what you wanted, but it's what you needed, right? One of the things that hit me so hard, even for me personally, I've gone through so much coaching over the past years personally, with different life coaches, mental coach, whatever. And even this December when I was at Date with Destiny, someone said to me, and I go, shit, I never, it, but it really registered. Where even for myself, like, and some of you guys know, and we're gonna get a lot deeper next week and sharing a lot of different things, but I do not have a good relationship with my mother at all. She's crazy. And I always, growing up, I was like, I just don't understand why she doesn't, like, I never ever saw love for my mom at all. Like, why, when I felt any love was just when she was like recognizing my accomplishments. And that's one of the things that drove me always to like, be a good student, be a top performer, because the only time I ever felt any kind of like she was proud or whatever, and she's like, oh, great job. And I'm like, oh, cool. Never felt love from her. I'm like totally daddy's. My dad's like a big teddy bear, and I always felt it from Pops, but never felt anything from my mom. I've never had that. And I was like, whatever, it is what it is. She's just like a stone cold crazy bitch, and my dad's amazing. And my dad's like the most amazing person ever. And it's so crazy to be able to look back in your life and go, shit, like if my mom was the mom that I wanted, I wouldn't be the woman that I am today. I would not have done what I've done in my life, would not have accomplished at the level that I have. I wouldn't be able to provide for my family like I can. I wouldn't have, create the future for my future family that I already have if my mom was the woman that I wanted. And sometimes it's not, like we think we want something or whatever, but it's not necessarily what we need. And sometimes things happen, and it's what we needed to happen to teach us certain lessons. So I want you guys to just kind of be open to that, and be open to the fact that even in Cutco, when you have a shitty day, when something happens, there's something there. There's a lesson that you need to learn. Maybe it's learning perseverance, and that when shit goes wrong, you're able to keep taking the right actions even when you don't feel like it, right? And that's a hard thing for human beings, to continue and say, you know what, I committed to something, I committed to this, and I'm going to keep taking the right actions because that's what I'm supposed to do. And even when I don't feel like it, I'm going to take the right actions. And that, by the way, this is a huge life lesson. And the best achievers, do you think I always want to get up in the morning? I always want to do certain things? There's things sometimes I don't want to do, but I know that I need to do it in order to hit my goals long term. And in your life, and whether, for you guys, some of you guys, you go off to med school, you go to law school, you go to whatever, there's going to be things where you're going to need to discipline. You don't want to. My little brother was studying for all his exams and stuff in the fire academy, and there's nights that he's just sitting there memorizing, going through all stuff, and he's like, I just want to go party, or I just want to go do this, or he wanted to just go out and get crazy and do drugs with his friends or whatever. But if he got drug tested, he's screwed. He would have lost all his money. He would have lost everything with the fire station, And I said, you know what, Papa? Like, you got to do the things that sometimes it's things that you don't want to do, but it's the right thing. And those are the people that are champions. You know what? It paid off. And he's super successful. He got into the #1 fire station that he wanted to get into in Florida, city of Miami. It was his dream job always to get into city of Miami. Very hard to get in there, one of the highest paying fire stations in the nation. And now, just bought a house, just got married, doing his thing, parties like a rock star. We had a lot of fun together. He's just like, and we were talking recently, and he said, I'm so thankful that you always pushed me, because when he was younger, he was just like, oh, I'm just gonna go do this. I'm like, no. I'm like, I know it might not feel like it's what you want to do or whatever, but it's sometimes there's things that it's preparing us for later, and there's always those lessons. And I want to wrap up with this. There's so two things that I want to make sure we focus on as we go into this weekend. And you guys, again, keeping an open mind. One, being focused on the work, okay? Making sure you're focused on the work and the right actions, and take pride in your actions. I don't give a shit what the results are. The results are all there. They're emotionally challenging you for a reason. Just keep pushing forward. You're gonna feel damn good that you took those steps and kept pushing forward. And you're gonna see the numbers always come together. And I've always seen that happen for 13 years being here in the effective business, all right? Do not lose sight of what you're doing and what you're focused on. So that's one, is commit to the work even when you don't feel like it. And two, look for the lessons and everything. And sometimes you won't see the lessons right away. And again, we're going to talk about stuff this next week, a lot about that. You don't see the lessons at that moment. And then later you look back and you're like, oh crap. And there's been so many things in my life where I didn't get why things happen or when they happen. But later on, I'm like, holy crap, like I needed to be able to deal with this. I needed this strength. I needed this to deal with blank situation. And there's like parts of your life, by the way, that don't make sense, you know? And I always talk about like, it's like puzzle pieces. Like I remember being branch manager, and I was talking to a buddy of mine who's going through a lot of random crap. And he said, you know what, Kat, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on. And I said, can you put the charger on mine, please? And I talked to him, and I said, you know, and I don't know if I've shared this with anyone in this room yet or not, I don't know. But I was talking to someone, and I said, you know, in our lives, my uncle used to do puzzles, not like a little puzzle, like those like 5,000 piece puzzles that have like miniature little pieces that would take him like weeks. That he'd have like he had a table where he did his puzzles. I remember being little and seeing my uncle like he'd sit there playing out. He loved chess and he loved like crazy puzzles. You know, he'd just sit there for hours by himself and just like work on stuff. And I'd just be like, all right, you know. But I remember having this image of these puzzles because sometimes there was a piece and I was like, where the hell does this go, you know? And it might be like a different color, like, you know, we had the box of what the picture should look like or whatever. I said, where does it go? Where does it fit? And maybe it's this like beautiful picture, right? Like let's say it's a rainforest and this beautiful waterfall and like all this stuff, right? And I'm looking at this piece, it's just like this, like, it's a weird color, it's a weird shape. It's like, how does this go in this gorgeous picture? And maybe it's the scum that's on the rock that's in this gorgeous waterfall, but it's part of the picture. If it wasn't there, it would be weird. It'd be missing something, right? And every single part of our lives, every single piece, everything we've experienced, all the bullshit we've gone through, and those who are lines. And I got arrested. I was expelled from school twice in high school. I went through a lot of shit. And I can look back and be like, oh my God, you know what? Every single thing had a place in my life. All right? So you guys were gonna get real here. But you make decisions.
You were expelled twice.
I was expelled twice, my sophomore year and senior year twice.
Okay, I thought you said you were valedictorian.
I was, and I didn't get to give my valedictorian speech. And I bawled my eyes out watching salutatorian give the speech. I bawled my eyes out. That's what I worked for in 6th grade. Shit happens. We make bad decisions, but you know what? It's all part of our journey. It's all part of our growth process. It all has a point in our lives. And it's up to us to decide to gain the lessons from it, to use it to strengthen us, to use it to make us better versus knock us down. And I was gonna say, there's a story that I've shared before, and I swear I'll wrap up with this. That puzzle, I share that with my friend about the puzzle. Oh shit, I'm like, that's how I look at life. Like, it's this beautiful masterpiece. We don't know where everything fits, but it all does. You know, and there's a story that I read about that this is like when giraffes are born. Have you guys heard this before? What happens when a giraffe is born? The mom giraffe just like kicks it. All right, like kicks it, and the giraffe, like this wobbly giraffe, is like trying to get up or whatever, and then when it's like the giraffe kicks it again, so as it's trying to get up, the mom giraffe kicks it again, and it keeps doing this repetitively. All right, when a mom giraffe gives birth to the giraffe, just kicks it, and then it goes after it and it just kicks it, and this poor giraffe is just like trying to get up and it kicks it again, and it's like going and you're like, what is going on right now? And then finally the giraffe gets up, And it's like, finally stands on its legs, and the mom goes, "Ah," and kicks it again. And it talks about how this is an important process of a giraffe being born and learning how to get up quick and how to go. Because if not, it's going to get destroyed in the wild, right? When it's getting attacked. And it's part of that process. It's important for a giraffe, like right when they're born, to know it's go time. They need to be able to get up and go. And so this is like a natural, like God-made thing. Like when they're giraffes, that's what happens. Mom just keeps kicking the shit out of it until it can just get up and go. But it's part of the process. So when I'm kicking your ass, all right, no, it's for a reason. When I'm on top of you guys, I'm about to kick you right now. Mama giraffe here. All right. Whole point with all this is find the lessons. Don't let yourself say when you're in a shit state, it's okay. We all get down, we all get frustrated, but just know it's part of the journey. It's part of things you're supposed to learn. So just get your ass up and keep moving forward. All right, don't stay down, and that's going to give you a lot of strength, and it's going to help you be very successful. And keep that mood meter. I know we did it all throughout the week, and it was really crazy. And even sometimes it would just be like getting up, sharing a story, calling someone that you really love, you're passionate about. Sometimes for me, it's literally just getting like a pump up, like Andy Jonti will leave me a voicemail, or I'll text him, or he'll text me, and it just puts me in a really good state. Mary Lou sent me a text yesterday, and it just puts me in a good state. So, like it's someone that you talk to, that you have a conversation with. Maybe you reach out to someone that always, like, I know, no matter what happens, Andy will always put me in a good state, So that's someone that I can always reach out to, and they're going to pump me up and have me ready to go. And that's why we have this group and this alliance to be able to hold each other, all right? So in terms of as we go to the weekend, right now, so important you're rocking your calls this morning. So important that we're focused on 5 before, 5 after. So important that Sunday is not, Rachel's leaving town on Monday, so she's fine. But everybody else should be the maximum 2, but it's 0 to 2, all right? No demos Sunday. We're going to be here all freaking day loading up. Next week is breaking barriers. Next week is the first $200,000 week ever, all right? That's what's going down next week. It's a Sunday. It's loading, freaking up, like huge Monday, huge Tuesday, huge Wednesday. Like that's the most important thing. And any high performer will tell you that is the most important thing is Sunday, all day holiday, right? He's coached with Tyler Park, who sold more Cutco, and he broke, it's his record that people are trying to break nationally, 74 grand. Sundays, all day holiday. So if you want to do one, you can do one at 9 a.m. You can do one at 9:30 p.m. Don't screw with the middle of the day. From 11 a.m. until 9 p.m. We'll take a break. We have a huge exercise that we're going to be doing at 4 p.m. That you don't want to miss. And I'm really, it's one of my favorite things to do on Alliance with breaking through barriers. But you want to load up every last demo that you can get today. You want to load up every last demo you can get tomorrow. I've got an awesome lesson for tomorrow morning that I'm super excited about, that I've shared with some people, and it's been like, like different light bulbs that really hit me. Personally, I'm excited to share with you guys. All right, so let's stay focused. I'm running training, but I want to know what's going on throughout the day. So please shoot me messages, shoot me text messages. Mary Lou says she's going to try to get back here as soon as she can and take over training so I can really focus on you guys. All right, so let's bring in our huddle so you can get rolling for the day. And then you two that weren't here yesterday, I have a little exercise for you two to do that we did yesterday. All right, so bring it in. Let's roll. You guys, we'll teach you the ways. All right. So for the new guys in the house, you say what time is it? We say game time. What time is it? Game time. Do we stop? Do we stop it? On my computer. Just hug someone, Patrick. Just grab them. Just like. All right, let's go. So what time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time.